What's up, everybody, boys and girls, men and women of all ages, video game players? I am making this long for no reason. Welcome to another Flavorcast. We're going to start going over people's names because I know it's been a while since we've done a Flavorcast, so you might have forgotten. First up, we got someone who you might not have heard from in a long time. We got Alec.
Yeah, I've been gone for, 3 years coming up here now? Well, I'm back, though. I'm making content again, so I'm glad to be here.
Welcome back to the show. Then we got Andrew.
How's it going? Glad to be here.
We got your boy, Austin.
Yeah, that's me.
And we got the Skull Candy user himself, Tuba.
Hi.
I hope y'all can hear that, honestly.
Real.
I won't be able to tell until I'm editing this in post. Anyway, we got a few pieces of news for you right now. Number one, starting with popular video game streamer Ninja gets his own skin in Fortnite. Jesus Christ. Then we have, that's a real thing, by the way, we have Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Marvel's Avengers are all getting delayed until later this year.
Wait, they delayed the Final Fantasy VII again?
Sure did. On
Is it even a game? Are we sure?
Yep, that's what I read in multiple sources, but, you know. Either way, Cyberpunk, they think it's going to be like more September this year. So, I wouldn't be surprised if all those were on the fourth quarter of when games come out. So, yeah, that'd be interesting. Then we have Google Stadia is slated to have more than 120 games, including 10 exclusives. Y'all have probably heard of that. I mean, every other YouTube video just has Stadia ads in between them.
Oh my god. That's true.
Yeah, that's so true.
And then, finally, Pokemon Sword and Shield is slated to have paid DLC, because we're gonna buy it anyway. God damn it.
Looks halfway decent.
I don't know how I feel about it. But to get to the main thing we're all gonna be talking about, I guess the Smash DLC as a whole, especially concerning the most recent addition to Super Fire Emblem Brothers Ultimate, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And also, we're going to be listing our favorite games of the decade, our least favorite games of the decade, and yeah, so let's get started. Boys, honest opinions. Was the Smash Fighter Pass worth it?
No.
No.
I
don't play Smash enough to honestly give a solid opinion.
But when I woke up,
probably no.
When I woke up and I saw there was another Fire Emblem character added, I was like, wow. All that hype for nothing.
Here's my question. Did anyone here play Three Houses?
No.
Honestly, as a fan of Three Houses, because it was a great RPG game, I like that Bailiff is there, but I was joking with my friends that they should have made Bailiff like Pokemon Trainer, that they can like throw out the heads of each houses you can swap between and use the items. But, she actually has or he or she, Shmi, can use all the like special weapons. I think that's pretty cool, at least. Not just another sword user.
I mean, there are sword user, but not.
But Fire Emblem bad. Smash Brothers, too many Fire Emblem. Smash Brothers could have other characters. We could have Doom. We could have Duke Nukem. We could have had Sans as the 5th character.
Sans is in the game.
We could have had Waluigi.
But they went with Fire Emblem after 4 beautiful, like non-Nintendo IPs getting added to the game. We could have had Dante. Could
have had Sora.
We could have had Dante.
Honestly, surprised Sora didn't make the cut, but Sora also wasn't on the Switch this year, which was...
I mean... Yeah, neither was Joker. That's a PS4 exclusive, my guy.
Point there. Yeah, you got a very fair point there. But Joker has a stand, and they had to appeal to the JoJo fans.
Okay, stando power aside, right? No. I'm so upset. I'm like, Fire Emblem characters, whatever. At least give me someone who doesn't use a sword, which in that game, good luck. I mean, axes
Plenty.
and whatever, and they can switch to a bow. That's pretty cool. But at the same time, it's another goddamn Fire Emblem character. What do we have? Like, how many is that right now in the game?
7. We have
At
7
least.
Fire Emblem characters. Once we get Belial or whatever the fuck his name is,
Beelith, get it
we'll
right.
we'll be able to play an 8-person match with every Fire Emblem weapon.
I hate
No, that is true. I do personally, I mean, obviously I'm the one who's a Fire Emblem fan here. I like the fact that we do get a character from that game because the game's really well written. You get such interesting people, and they set Baelith up in a way where it's like kind of a mute character, but because you're controlling what's happening through the story, you feel like you're in control, like you feel like you're there. So it's kind of cool to be able to project yourself on Baelith that way, but it is true no matter which way you flop it, it's another Fire Emblem character, another sword user. It's like disappointing in its own way, but we'll have to see when she gets released or he gets released.
I think it was disappointing that we got Balloon as this DLC, as the 5th character. I mean, we got announced a whole 6 additional, in the next Fighter Pass, and if we got them later on, it would have been, I think it would have been fine. People would have gotten over it. It's so much anticipation going into this one. Everybody was like, who could it be? And then it was just Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I definitely see what you mean by that.
Anybody else got any opinions about that? Like, Tuba, I see you're muted.
Well, yeah, no.
There you have it.
That's his opinion. No. All right.
I don't really have
Right,
much of an
man's
opinion
playing
because I'm
Rocket
not
League.
as yeah, exactly. Rocket League's my game. I'm not as much into like the Smash community right now as you guys are because I don't have really anything Nintendo related at the moment.
That's fine, but let me ask you this then, if that's the case. Let's say you did have Smash, or
Okay.
any game with like crossover characters, and you could have like your favorite character in the game. Who would you put in there?
Oh God.
Like top 3.
Top 3.
Obviously, the Rocket League car.
You're right. Fucking
Runs over the
Halloween,
opponents.
baby.
Reveal his Rocket League car. It's
without even
DUI.
going into my characters at the moment, a cool thing that would be kind of cool if the Smash did would be like rotating like certain characters, like new characters in and out to just have the community like try them, and
Do you
see
play
what they
League?
like. No, what? No.
Have you ever played League of Legends?
Is this big MOBA hours right now?
Mobile.
You know what'd be really cool,
That's
though?
not what I'm referencing.
You know what would be really cool is if Smash Brothers did this like battle royale first-person shooter kind of thing, and,
Hey,
and
that's
we
like-
had to pay for skins for all of the different fighters.
Yeah.
That would be.
I think Hi-Rez should develop the
Yeah.
next Smash game.
God.
Super Paladin Brothers.
Oh my
God.
Okay, but no, seriously though, Tuba. Sorry.
All right, Brendan. Top 3. Top 3. Who do you want in Smash?
Top of your head. I
Insane.
don't care. Like, tip of the
Top of my
tongue.
head. Well, that's the thing. I can't come up with any names that aren't already in the game already.
Goku.
Can we go with like anything that's not a Nintendo? Oh, okay.
Fuck it.
It doesn't have to be Nintendo,
Like
this is a
Hyper
game
Science
character.
guy?
Sonic.
If they oh fuck, who was I just thinking of?
Mario?
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot, baby. I would hella play it if Crash Bandicoot was in it.
Okay, if like how like Banjo and Kazooie have their thing that they're coming out where like a Kazooie's on the back of Banjo and everything. Like have Crash and Mask, what's his name?
Aku Aku.
Yes. Thank you. If that was like an option, that'd be pretty nifty.
Alright, bet.
Come back to me later on this. I gotta think.
Andrew. Top 3
All right.
that you want in Smash.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dunk the funk.
I'm not. So what I'm trying to say is, basically what Smash was like trying to cover their asses with, like, oh, people want Sans in the game, but then they like made him a Mii fighter.
Gunner.
So, or yeah, a gunner. And so I'm not actually kind of content about this Smash Fighter Pass. I'm just kind of concerned about the next, they've already announced like, oh, there's already going to be a next Fighter Pass. But it's like, I'm just kind of curious on what they're going to add in that. I'm not really sure on the top of my head who I would add to Smash Brothers.
That's fair. I mean, I thought that the Fighter Pass was pretty good. I didn't care super much about a lot of the characters, but that's kind of the point. Like, not everybody played Banjo-Kazooie, but now you'll, play him and be like, oh, cool, let's try out his game. Or you'll play Joker and be like, yeah, I want to be a sexy Anabu boy jumping through windows and killing people.
That's what we have Cloud for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you have another Fire Emblem character, and I don't care how many people they put in there, I'm not going to play the game. You've ruined it, soccer guy.
Good though. It's so good. You're missing out.
I'm sorry, Alec. I just can't. I'm too upset that they're just...
opportunities.
I think Smash Bros. Is the best Fire Emblem game, if I'm being honest.
Ugly as hell.
Do you think they'll add another Animal Crossing character?
No.
Like Tom Nook.
Yeah, Tom Nook.
Nook.
He steals your percentage.
Just a divorce.
I actually just thought up of two more people that would be pretty cool if they added.
All right, let's hear it.
One being Dr. Eggman, because we don't have we have some villains like that are able to be played and everything, but I just don't think there's enough. I guess you would say.
Robotnik.
Like Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. Yes, I think that would be a cool little
would
choice.
Robotnik be an alternate skin for Dr. Eggman?
Echo Fighter.
No. Wait, is he already in the game?
Mm-mm.
No,
Oh,
I miss my
Okay.
wife tails.
No, that could be like, how they have like different skins for the fighters and everything. Maybe they switch those around. But then another one I just thought of, and I'm actually agreeing with whoever said this before, but Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series would be a really good choice for me.
Hell
I
yeah.
think you mean
I'm down with that Eggman idea, though. Like, I could see the reveal trailer now. Like, Sonic would be running through shit or whatever, just hanging out with all the Smash people, and then a mech comes down and beats his fucking ass, and then it zooms in on the mech and comes out Eggman, and then it like does the freeze frame, and it's like Dr. Eggman snooping as usual.
Snooping
Nice.
Dr. Robotnik. Shit's
What if they added that at the end of the Sonic movie?
Oh my god. That's the worst movie I'm ever gonna see twice.
Everyone and their mother's gonna see it.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
I mean, like, yeah, after they, like, did all that time and work to, like, actually fix the animation, and then ended up firing people after that, I'm gonna go see it.
Ugly.
Right, that's some ugly-ass shit. Like, oh, here you go. Let's spend a whole bunch of money, guys, redo it, toss that methed-out Sonic in the trash. We gotta start all over. Also, you're fired.
Alec, 3 characters you want to Fire Emblem Brothers, Wii U, Ultimate 5, Melee,
Battle Royale.
HD,
And Knuckles.
Special Edition.
Is it just thrown out, or who's answering that one?
You.
Oh, that's you.
All right,
That's
I'll
you,
take
bud.
it. I was like joking and like thinking of like Solaire from Dark Souls, but after I heard Eggman, I was like, damn, that is actually like a good antagonist that hasn't been in there. But the games that do have like a lot of characters in them, like Pokemon comes to mind. Like it'd be cool to have other Pokemon in there, but we already have a good representation of those guys.
I mean,
But-
I've been hearing people talking about Blaziken for a while there as a possible option for a Pokemon that would be in the game, but
Makes sense. But yeah, definitely, I would say, just jokingly, Solaire from Dark Souls would be funny to get something like that, especially since Souls came to the Switch. They got the whole Mega Man collection on there, and I'd love to see Zero in the game.
Oh,
I love
bet.
Zero on Ultimate, but I love Zero from the remakes when he got his own game after X. So I mean, you could also throw X as being a character in there because that could be fun.
no.
I'll just say X, Zero, and Solaire from Dark Souls.
Alright.
Not bad.
That's badass.
Yeah,
I actually like that.
respect.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd buy that fighter pass.
All right, JuJu.
Yeah, okay, this is easy. So Sora from Kingdom Hearts, Dante from Devil May Cry, and Phoenix Wright from Phoenix Wright.
Ron, you stole mine.
Phoenix
What
Wright. Phoenix Wright
I was
has
gonna say
a
Phoenix
party
Wright.
game already.
the- Bro.
Like, holy shit. I mean, it's funny enough that he got his way into Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but like, we need him in Smash. That's more fitting. It really is.
Now I have to think of another one. You stole mine.
You can have Dante from DMC Devil May Cry.
No, it's not the same.
He's Jill from Resident Evil.
Virgil as a Echo.
Jill, the master of unlocking, checks in, or whatever.
Jill sandwich.
But I gotta think now.
Leon Kennedy.
He's badass though.
Take your time, I'm hourly.
Yeah, I know.
Boy, you're expensive.
My time is precious. I'm trying
That's
to
fair.
think of real answers instead of just some shit.
That's fair. I did, like, happen to have your list somehow.
I was gonna just throw out like Duke Nukem. Fucking
Hell yeah.
Duke Nukem, what's the other guy's name? Master Chief and SpongeBob SquarePants. From
Battle for Bikini,
Bikini
Bottom.
Bottom.
Yeah.
and the Yellow Avenger.
Hell yeah.
Classic games right there.
That just sounds like a Chinese knockoff of the Marvel Universe.
The Yellow Avenger. Wow, I'm getting lead poisoning just touching the cartridge.
I can't feel my legs.
Oh my god. Okay, so seems to me like we're done talking about Smash, except only, hold on, I totally forgot the Mii shit, like the Mii fighter shit.
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
One. I have one character.
Having Cuphead.
Madeline from Select.
Alright.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I was gonna say Dante
Buphead.
and fucking Phoenix Wright.
You got Buphead from Buphead.
Yes.
You got Altair from Altair. I mean, we all watched it, right? Like, it didn't say Assassin's Creed.
Fish Bujin
It was like-
from Slaps City in Smash Brothers.
Oh no.
Said Altair. Jeez.
Oh my god! If you watch the video, it goes like, Cuphead from Cuphead and Mega Man or X from Mega Man X, and then it's like Altair from Altair.
It's like they didn't even try.
I mean, they're not wrong, but they could have tried.
Yeah, really. Jeez, I can't wait to play Ezio Auditore da Firenze from Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's still fucking cool. But yeah, that's all I had to say about that. Smash is bad now. Don't buy it. Not
Yeah. Not worth my money.
But you know what else? What is worth your money? Raid.
Oh my god.
Raid Shadow Legends. We're
Shadow.
not sponsored by them, but sponsor. I want to read off some cringe dialogue.
Gross.
Get
I
paid for
think
this?
you mean raid off some cringe.
Oh no. Oh no.
You invited Dylan to the call.
Sell out with me tonight. Sell out. But yeah, no. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go over our favorite games of the decade / also our least favorite. Boo.
Yeah. Mostly the second one or the first one, whatever.
Who wants to get started?
Oh, right.
Andrew.
So
Hey,
the first one, I know you guys are definitely gonna laugh at me for, because I was talking to JuJu about this earlier. But my at the bottom of my list, I never played this game, but it did open a lot of potential this decade, and that is Fortnite. We got a lot of memes that was shitting on the game, and
Is this your favorite or least favorite?
this is my favorite.
Ah, I see.
Which I was honestly kind of shocked that I put it on there, but my main reasoning is it basically opened up that door to Battle Royale in other games, such as like Apex Legends.
yeah.
You got
Ape sex.
PUBG.
God damn it.
I mean, even in the new Call of Duty games, you have Battle Royale, and so that's why I think, I guess that's why it would be like an overall favorite. But I mean, it's definitely not in my top 3 by far.
Fortnite Combat Evolved.
Yeah,
You bet.
Halo 3 Reach.
but we all know that Fortnite is just a
Reach for
reskin
the
of
sky.
Minecraft Hunger Games.
I mean, yeah, that's the understanding that everyone had.
Yeah,
We just weren't allowed to talk about it,
Right.
NDAs and all that.
I'll do one of mine.
Best or worst?
This is gonna be one of my favorites. Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 is like, you would think, oh, it's just a shoot and loot kind of game. When you break it down, yes, that's what it is, but it's also very much carried by its humor and just the fun of playing with other people. And the RNG is enough to make you keep playing to try and get the best guns and whatnot. And playing on New Game Plus or New Game Plus Plus, or the basically like Super Vault Hunter mode, 2003 and Knuckles Blitz. Those modes, those are fun. The DLC is great. The character development is great. There's so many quotable things about it that I just super love, and it did define my freshman year of college. So yeah, bias.
I know a lot of people that got hooked on that game and played it completely through because they just love it.
Hell yeah, I platied that bitch.
You feed.
Yeah. Who's got something?
Well, I can list off a bunch right now
Do it.
of my personal,
Sorry,
and I'll make real quick reasons why. But the Walking Dead game series is fantastic. I loved all of them, even the third one that everyone talks shit about. I think it's great. The first season, I'm pretty sure was released in 2010.
Oh, by Telltale?
Yeah, by Telltale. And the first season made me cry. I finished that story, and Clementine, who I actually named my cat after because I love the character so much. Just when you get the dialogue
That's a
choice
good game.
and you say, "I'm gonna miss you," I'll miss you, dude. My heart, boom! I was broken. That was so well done. So I loved that series, and it had a pretty solid ending. I'm glad it happened, even because it was about, you remember all the issues with Telltale laying off all their staff. After I bought the season pass, I was like, wait, what do you mean you're closing down? There's only you got 2 more episodes to make, but they actually finished it, so it was good. From there, big shout out to Respawn for breaking off after Activision fucked you after Modern Warfare 2. And Vincent Bella in the group making Respawn my favorite game studio of the decade. Hands down, everything they do I love. Titanfall 1 and 2, fantastic multiplayers. Titanfall 2, great campaign, great world. And I fiended so hard in that game. If you look at my game time, I spent 1/3 of online time in the air. Like when you get the movement down, you're just always in the air, and it's so much fun. And then Apex Legends. I can't stop playing this game. Like I was like, God, can I sneak in a game before I do this? Like I love that battle royale. Like, oof, it was so well made. I've got more, but I'll let someone else talk now.
Who's got next?
I guess I'll go. So I actually have a little bit of a list too. I'm actually going to start off with the games that I don't like.
All right, changing it up.
And I only have 3 right now because those are the things that went straight to my mind, you know. But coming in at number 3 is actually going to be Left Alive. It was a huge disappointment. My brother actually owns the game, and I've watched him play it, and I played a little bit myself, and it's just pretty disappointing. I would say. I really wish there was a lot more to it. The next one is Anthem.
Oh yeah, good choice.
Which right off the bat, it was a disappointment. Like the trailers were all hyping it up. We were all hyped up for what we thought it was going to be a cool game, and then shit hit the fan. It wasn't good at all.
There's a really great article that breaks down why that game came out like shit. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Taku.
And my least favorite game of all time is the new Need for Speed Most Wanted. I played that game on the PS2 when it was originally the original Most Wanted game. And I guess it's kind of not fair of me to like compare the two, I guess, but at the same time, it would have been cooler if they could have just remade it, give it like really good graphics and everything from the PS2 version, because that was just kind of a letdown, and I was very disappointed. And then I do have kind of an extensive list here on my favorite games. So coming in at number 11 is the newest God of War. It is such a good game. It is such a good game, like so pretty and everything. And very, very good mechanics. And I initially watched Dylan play this game for a little while. And then I just played a little bit myself, and it was super smooth, and it's such a cool. Number 10, not number 3, what the hell? I'm going back to 2010 with Fable 3.
Oh, really? Fable 3?
10. Yes, Fable 3. Like, it might have not been as good as the original Fable or whatever, but it's the earliest game, and I wanted to put it on there instead of putting like the Fable series because it came out in like the early 2000s. Otherwise, I would have put Fable on here instead of Fable 3. Overall, it's just a really great game and everything.
I love that game.
It's so nostalgic when you go back and play it.
Really, I can only imagine, yeah.
Number 9 would be Kingdom Hearts 3. Again, another great game, and it's really good at tying some things together, but I don't know. It's kind of mixed up feelings right now. It recently came out with a DLC, right? It came out with a DLC recently, correct?
I haven't played since I platined it a while ago, so
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe? I know it was coming out. I don't know if it's out yet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It could have.
But it was a pretty good game. I loved it. And again, it's just kind of filling in there for like the whole Kingdom Hearts series itself. I really like that series. I really like Square Enix as a company and what they do with their games. So moving right on, number 8 is Gang Beast.
Solid.
Solid choice.
Gang Beast. It's so fucking fun. It's kind of bullshit a lot of times, but it's fun to play with friends and everything, and just kick the shit out of each other. Throw each other off trains and shit. It's a grand old time. Following that, another game I like to play with everyone is Super Smash Bros. The newest one. You could include any of the Smash Bros. In my opinion. I just really like the series. I like to play with my friends. I like to play solo. It's honestly a good game. I don't know. A lot of memories came from that game, to be honest. So it's almost like that nostalgia feeling as well.
My boy came from that game. Our boy game.
Number 6. Yeah, number 6 is Shadow of Mordor: Middle Earth. I'm just gonna say it right now. I love that game. It's super cool. I love the thought of it and everything. And I didn't want to put down the controller when I started playing. So it's really addicting and super great graphics. Number 5 is a tie. There's 2 games for number 5. It's gonna be Rocket League, of course. That's a game I play all the time. And Apex Legends.
Good call.
These are the 2 multiplayer games that I like to play most of the time now. And I spent way too much time and it's just been great fun for me. Number 4, Halo Reach.
Yeah.
Halo Reach is fucking the bomb, dude. So many. Again, another very nostalgic game. It was super fun for its time. My favorite mode to play on there was Infection, if I wasn't creating maps with my friends when I was younger. And it's always fun to just hop back on there every now and again. It's just number 3 is going to be my all-time favorite Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Honestly, I feel like after Black Ops 2, it started going downhill really fast.
Hard agree.
And especially following that with Ghosts, and then everything else that followed shortly after. The only game that I thought started the trend back up was Call of Duty World War II. Which this is my opinion. The only reason I'm saying that is because it's the first game in a while that it was just boots on ground and everything. There wasn't no fucking weird mechanical shit from your back making you flying around or none of that bullshit. That's my opinion. Let's see. Number 2 is going to be Minecraft.
Hey.
Nice.
Minecraft is fucking badass all the way through. We can all agree to this. Your creativity soar. Shut up. Again, lots of time spent on that game. Lots of great laughs. Lots of good memories. Nostalgia. Originally released back in 2009, but not an official release until 2011. So I was able to put that on this list. So I thought pretty good choice in my opinion.
I suppose.
Super awesome. And then number 1, it's a tie between 2 different games, or one of them's kind of like a game series.
Second Life and 2 World.
The Elder Scrolls 5. The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
Nice, good choice.
And the Dark Souls series.
Ooh.
Bro.
Wow.
That's not a game.
That's not
Honest.
There's an S.
Okay, how about this? I'll limit it down to Dark Souls, the first one. How about that?
I think you mean Bloodborne.
Fuck off.
Well, you know what they say. Go ahead, son.
Skyrim. Same with a lot of the other games I already said, and I'm gonna keep saying nostalgia, lots of time played, and it's overall just great fun still to this day, and I can't wait for the Elder Scrolls 6 to come out eventually. That would be fantastic, and I'm gonna play the shit out of that one. So, and then Dark Souls series, I had a lot of bad memories, as well as really great memories. Finally overcoming those obstacles, and it's still fun to this day. I'll still go back and play Dark Souls and just it's still difficult as all hell, and it's still just a great game to play.
Solid list.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I agree. I had some of the same games on my list as you, so
Same.
I think it was a good list for sure.
I think I can agree with.
So, best games of the decade, in my opinion. One of my favorite games. Well, hold on. Let me do something quick. Okay.
Takes a swig.
One of my favorite games of this decade happened to be Stardew Valley. Now, any of you Animal Crossing lovers, or you Harvest Moon fanatics, or you people that like to farm even though you live in a inner city suburb neighborhood.
Farmville.
You're calling basically everyone out right now.
Really?
Yep. Who likes to sit in their basement while they could literally be farming and doing all the grody work that nobody really wants to do, but is, somehow whimsical, and then that's the game for you. The character relationships you can build are somewhat dynamic. They've become quite a bit more since its release in 2016. But as a game in that genre, I'd say it's probably one of the most comprehensive and probably one of the most, it feels the most complete, even though it's, not done as most games are when they get released, because there's always more stuff coming. Next game I had my list up. Terraria. Definitely, always in the shadow of Minecraft as being two different kind of sandboxy games where you could build shit, mine dirt and iron, and kill stuff. But I definitely think, and this is a very based opinion, but I definitely think Terraria did it better, just with the fantasy elements tied in, all of the unique weapons and armor that you can use, and the progression throughout the game. Definitely made for a much more dynamic and enjoyable game, whereas Minecraft it was never really about that. And you could argue that they couldn't be compared, but they basically do the same thing, just on different, planes. Third game I had was Lisa the Painful. Now, if you're very depressed and you hate yourself, you'll definitely enjoy this game. That's not to say it's a bad game by any means, it's just very depressing. For being an RPG Maker game, it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very ambitious, and it pays off because you make choices that really affect how the game plays out in the end. And everything you do has meaning, and it ends up resulting in, it changes how the game plays and what your end game looks like. You end up, every decision you make in the game has an effect. Let's put it that way. And the storytelling may be grim, and the characters may be very depraved and oftentimes disheveled and outcast by what we would, if they were part of our greater society, they'd be outcasts of our society. But in the context of the game, it makes for a very unique experience, almost kind of like Earthbound, but not nearly as kid-friendly or joyful. And my last big game of the decade was definitely Smash 4. I definitely spent more time in Smash 4 than I have in almost any other game, probably second only to Team Fortress 2. Smash 4 is one of those games that I personally believe that it's better than Ultimate, but I'm based in that opinion as well. But I don't know, even with all of its broken flaws, never has a game brought more people in my life together than Smash 4.
Amen.
It was literally like nobody would want to do anything, and I'd be like, hey, if one of my buddies brings the Wii U, if Mitchell brings the Wii U with Smash, y'all want it? And people would flock over to my place just to play Smash because one guy brought his Wii U with Smash 4 on it. And I mean, you can complain about Bayonetta and Cloud all you want, but if a game is good, a game is good.
Yeah. I
honestly
almost wholeheartedly agree, basically.
Yeah, that's a really good list. I actually wanted to put Stardew Valley on my list as well, and if I would have put it at number 2 as well. Stardew Valley, I think, is still a really awesome game, and it just keeps on innovating and stuff and adding new stuff as well. And it's I still play it. I'll still like stream it every now and again. It's fucking cool, and it's calming.
It's a nice, relaxing experience, especially with most games nowadays being, kill the guy, go out and fucking, I don't know,
hardcore,
fast-paced, war crimes against the Geneva Convention.
Exactly.
And then, teabag some dude just to disrespect.
So, like, the most, intense part of Stardew Valley would probably be, Skull Cavern.
I mean, that's not even that intense. The music is nice and relaxing, even though the environment is hostile.
Okay, they did add some, new mobs, though, and everything that makes it kind of, a little bit more iffy. But, yeah.
That's kind of... What do you expect when you're in a cave called Skull Cavern that's dark and spooky?
Die.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get fucked.
Huh.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I've never played Stardew, so I wouldn't know. I know a lot of people that do play it, but a lot of our lists have been interlapping, and I'm kind of surprised. With all the games that exist, even within the last decade, it's kind of surprising that we have more than one interlapping in multiple people's lists. That's kind of fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good games.
It shows why we're friends, huh?
Yeah, I mean, shit.
You said we were friends.
Yeah. Now get out of my. I'm gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do real fast. I'm gonna go through the lists I had. I had least favorite, best favorite. I'm gonna go through super fast because I found a way to consolidate the list through relating multiple of the games that were in my list, because it seems to me I guess my brain subconsciously picked a lot of the same types of games. And I also have a very short kind of surprise list. It's not my least favorite. It's my well, we'll get to that. So my list real quick here fully is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and just to go a little bit into that is honestly, I spent way more time playing Smash 4, and for almost every single reason Austin just went over, I agree, but also Ultimate seems to be more balanced. There's even more characters, and a lot of the game-breaking stuff was fixed, although some of it was replaced with other game-breaking stuff that has been patched out as of late. But I don't know, it just seems sort of better. I like the climate with this game, and honestly, it was hard to pick between the two, but I just chose Ultimate. I got Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'm gonna also mention Sonic Mania, Rayman Origins, and Sound Shapes, because all of those games have a few things in common. They are platformers that are very colorful, creative, and filled with I want to say personality, right? And
you just reminded me of a game.
Yeah.
Speaking of platforms that are colorful and creative, Celeste, in fact.
Oh yeah, I never got a chance to play that.
Also a fantastic game. I definitely say it's probably one of my the best platformers of the decade, and you'll have to play it because it's like Super Meat Boy, but you don't really want to get mad.
That's fair. I've seen some gameplay of that, and it's really cool, and it would have been on my list had I played it, I think, so I've seen enough of it. But
just one more platformer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dust and Elysian Trail. That was a pretty fun game, honestly.
I thought about that, and I did platy it, but by the time I was trying to platy it, I got super bored with it and was just listening to podcasts as I mindlessly played and got all the trophies. But I did have a good time on the first playthrough, mostly.
Yeah, and that's also why I was thinking about it putting on my list too, but I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like in the middle category, you know?
It's more of a... Well, it's a furry game, so it automatically has to be my least favorite. So...
No, that's 100% not right.
Well, that sucks. But yeah, no. A lot of the things that those platforms do have in common as well is not only just like visuals, is also audio. Like the music is great, especially Sound Shapes, because Sound Shapes is all about music, right? And most of us have been in band or are still in band. You know, we are musicians, and it's really one of those games that like. If you have an ear for music, it helps you. It's like made for you. You can get through it totally and be like tone deaf like one of my friends. But there's a challenge that basically like, okay, so here's a beat. Recreate this beat or melody or whatever with no visuals, just like by clicking the right squares and figuring out what each sound does and just recreate it, dog. And it's really fun. But to move past a little bit of the more colorful ones, I guess it's sort of colorful. Gravity Rush is really fucking great. If you've never played Gravity Rush, highly recommended. I did a Let's Play of it a while back, the first game, remastered, on the channel. Check it out if you wanna. Let's see, we got Minecraft.
YouTube.com/game flavor.
Minecraft, of course. Everyone loves Minecraft, and you guys pretty much said it earlier when you guys were mentioning Minecraft. It's pretty fucking great. Had to go with also Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate and Monster Hunter World / Iceborne, because Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate is just a better version of Try, the first Monster Hunter game I ever played, which I was in love with, and I also did a Let's Play of that. It's just so great learning about all the monsters and working together and shit, and I'm currently making a Monster Hunter World review. We'll see if that gets up anywhere near this time. Of course, we've also got Outlast. I know how much y'all love to watch me play Outlast and how much I love it. Outlast is great, including Whistleblower.
Loves Outlast.
I sure do. I also love PT.
Oh, PT's fucking amazing.
Wish I got to play.
I love to fall asleep during Outlast. That's what I like to do.
Alec, did you say you haven't gotten a chance to play PT?
Played it.
I have it still on my PS4,
Hey,
so if you want to play it.
You know what you should do? Ask our buddy Dylan to play PT on his PlayStation.
True.
Fucking loser, he deleted it.
Fucking loser.
Speaking of scary games, The Last of Us is on this list.
That's not scary.
Oh, yes.
That's fun.
It's
That's a
fantastic.
fucking good choice.
It is a good game. Oh my goodness.
There was a point in time where when I was playing that game, and lol spoilers, when the two black characters that I was like, oh, they're gonna die because it's a scary game and they're black. When the little brother turns into a zombie and then, or the infected, and the older brother kills himself, I was shook. And I had to put the game down. Like, I had time, I had stuff to do later, but, like, I had, like, 2 hours before I even had to do it. I got to that part and I had to stop. Like, it hit me. That game has a bunch of feels that, like, punch you right in your heart's dick. And you're like, how do I live?
Attention, you'll just get fucking shredded.
But on more, like, to clutch out the list, the favorite list, I got Fury on there. Not to be confused with Furry. Fury is like, if you haven't heard of it, it's like a hack and slash, close combat / bullet hell that is nothing but a boss rush. It's crazy, and it's hard as fuck, and you are, rewarded for being daring in your combat, but also like, holy crap, can you get your ass handed to you in like seconds flat. Then we have Marvel Spider-Man. I just platted that. It's really great. I love Spider-Man as a character, and basically they should just make a movie off of that, and it would be good. Like, that's it. Like, that's all I gotta say about that one. Like, of course, Breath of the Wild is amazing as well. I played like over 90 hours in my first playthrough, and now I'm just getting back into it, and I'm not even playing the DLC yet. To go to my least favorite games, this one is way shorter, because I don't typically play shitty games. But
That's no fun.
of the games I did, Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. It's on the PS Vita.
Ugly.
Black Ops Declassified School Survival.
Oh my god. So Black Ops Declassified, you can't even like properly run in that game, and it's just it's bad. Imagine like trying to play Call of Duty but like on a system that doesn't have all the buttons. So you're like
It's horrible.
honestly, it felt like
God.
playing Black Ops on the Wii, and it was bad.
Can we do Black Ops on the Wii for the channel?
If you want to literally see me throw up, then sure.
Original Black Ops on the Wii. Honestly, I thought shooting games on the Wii weren't that bad. I actually calibrated my Wii sensor. I felt like no one ever did when they complained about it. I was like, it works.
I mean, I'm just going based off the graphics alone on that whole front, you know. A lot of the Wii games that were also PS3 and Xbox games were just like cut down, didn't work as good. Lots of slowdown too. Like take Sonic Unleashed on the Wii versus the PS3 and Xbox, and it was pretty trash and vastly different. But also, here's one that I guarantee you have not played, probably never heard of, but it's called Never Alone. It's like this indie thing, and I appreciate what they tried to do with it. I made a review on this way back when I was still doing BushiGaming. It's like this little storytelling thing where you're some Inuit little girl who finds this fox spirit, and you go on a little adventure while you're getting chased by some evil dude who wants to like kill the fox and whatnot. But it plays like a piece of shit. I couldn't even like explain to you how poorly it runs, but you know, it just kind of ruins it for you. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1, trash. And I'm a diehard Sonic fan, but that game is fucking trash. It's worse than Shadow the Hedgehog, and I fucking hate that game. Imagine being Sonic, but you can't run fast.
That sounds atrocious.
It's bad. Everything you do slows you down, and it takes forever to like pick up speed, only to lose it like seconds in by getting hit by something you couldn't see or hitting something.
You said even Sonic at that point?
No, which is why it sucks. Then finally we have, I guess these would be the same thing. The Evil Within 1 and Outlast 2.
I wish I played that.
No, you don't. No,
Evil Within, you hated it that much?
Yeah, I did. I couldn't finish it.
Love me a janky game though.
No, it's so jank though. It's too jank almost.
When I get back to my list, I'll explain why.
But Outlast 2 was just dumb. Like you find yourself.
Outlast 2 is buns.
You find yourself running into invisible walls trying to get away. You don't even know what the fuck. So you'll just die to some bullshit, and you'll be like, oh, well, I'm not even scared anymore. I'm just frustrated having to repeat the same thing over and over and over again for some lackluster ending. Speaking of lackluster, I've only got a couple more things left, but this is on my secret list, the most meh games of the decade. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
And you and that game have quite the relationship.
Yeah, it's a love-hate. It's a hate. I would play the shit out of it, but like it had issues, and I had issues, so you know, we got along like a house on fire. DMC Devil May Cry. Dante sucks. He's an emo little crybaby who tries to be cool, and I hate him. Also runs like shit. Infamous First Light. It is a standalone DLC, but since it's standalone, it's basically its own game. It's DLC for infamous Second Son, in which you play as one of the side characters who has like super light speed powers, so she can run super fast and like shoot light, which sounds really cool, but the gameplay is super repetitive. And like, sure, you get some like interesting character development out of her, but it's literally like story mission, battle, protect mission, you know, save some people, protect a location, in that order, and it just keeps going until you just end it. Batman Arkham Knight. I mean, it was fine. It exists. There are things to do, and it closes out the story, the Arkham games, but it wasn't super cool. And if anyone thought that someone would get confused or surprised by the whole Red Hood reveal, then you're an idiot. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes / the Phantom Pain.
You serious?
I'm serious.
Oh man,
the story, dude.
We've got different opinions.
I know. I wrote this and I was like, oh, Alec's not gonna like this one. But I thought the Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes were fine. In fact, I played way more of the Phantom Pain. You know, like I didn't really do the extra missions of Ground Zeroes, but it's cool that you can do all this extra content and like really mix it up how you do things. But the game was so rushed, and it feels like that in the last half, where like there's a boss battle that's set up and then you never actually have the boss battle, or you know, plot points that are just straight up dropped, or the fact that the last few missions are just redos of earlier missions but harder. I was like, not for me. I tried replaying the game and I was like, I don't care anymore. Finally, super finally, Kingdom Hearts 3. Meh.
Not surprised by your choice on that one.
Yeah,
I know your opinion. I know your opinion on that game.
It could have been so much more. And after literal 13 years of hype, which is the perfect number because of Organization 13 and the fact that there's 13 pieces of darkness and all that shit, and there's so much setup. God damn it, I'm so mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's meh.
All right.
Moving right along.
Well, I like your lists. I disagree with your opinion on Metal Gear. Alright.
Oh shit.
Well, I will go through mine now after that, and damn you, Julian. But to make it clear on which choices, instead of doing a broad list, I'm just going to be clear on which game. Walking Dead Season 1, Titanfall 2, Resident Evil Biohazard, because I love my scary games, and this one got my heart thumping. And I also love the jank shooting controls, and it also does like a Saw kind of mission. And dude, that was one of my favorite puzzles I've done in a game. Loved every second of that. Red Dead 2, absolutely loved the campaign. It was so much fun playing as Arthur Morgan. I have a handlebar mustache now because I loved Arthur Morgan that much, and like how you could grow that. And then GTA 5 is just a great experience too. Rockstar absolutely killed it this decade. Going into that, the game I picked up and then didn't stop playing it until I beat it, BioShock Infinite, absolutely was hooked the whole way through. Confused at the end, but you know, it is what it is. But man, like, I couldn't stop playing. I love the gameplay. I love the gunplay. I was just hooked on how it played.
I almost put that on my list.
Yeah, that was a great experience.
Put it on your list, dude. It's so good.
Rainbow Six Siege is another first-person shooter that I got hooked on, just like Titanfall 2. I even just playing it last night, I was just like, endorphins. Like, it's such a good game. Really well made.
Endorphins.
My favorite action horror game is Dead Space 2. I talk about the game all the time. It's my favorite out of the series. The gunplay is awesome, like the intense suspense you can feel off that game. I've tried to beat it on hardcore mode numerous times, and I just always fuck up just a little bit and like get launched out a window, get hit when I'm not prepared, and or like walk into a bomb. Like it's like so close. Like I love that game. Very intense. Splinter Cell Conviction is my favorite Splinter Cell game that came out of the year. I love stealth games, and that's why like Julie and I's opinion about Metal Gear Solid 5 is very different. But Splinter Cell Conviction is one of my favorite stealth games. It's got a weird control base than what you're used to, but if you master it, oh man, you can do some cool things. The Last of Us, great. We all know how good the single player is. We don't need to talk about that. But the multiplayer. Did y'all play that? Oh my god.
A little bit.
Wow. I was hooked. Me and my brother couldn't stop playing that multiplayer. Man, when I would like 1-man 4-kill, and the endorphins were through the roof. And I do it with like a pistol shotgun. I love great multiplayer. Metal Gear Solid 5, Julian, I don't know how you could say that. Yeah, we all understand the campaign falls apart, but that is one of the best video game engines out there. There is so much you can do with it. Like, I don't do half the things you can see online, but when I like goofed around and did like the melee only, or like a jumping over dudes right as they spin around, or being just low enough that they don't see me when I'm right in front, like it's just so goofy. I love it. And then got Mario. Oh, pardon me. Mario Odyssey is on there. Great platformer. Like, I was hooked on it on the Switch. Everyone got hooked on Breath of the Wild. Like, I hooked on Mario Odyssey.
Hey, same.
So much fun learning the tech, zip and zoom in around. Got Maggie and I playing it. It was a blast. And then my favorite fighting game of the year, Dragon Ball FighterZ. I love Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is so good. Man, there's so much you can do with that game. The neutral is so much fun. And when you land the combos, it looks like the anime. So you just can't go wrong with that. And a special shout out to Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle. I'm hooked on that mobile game. But now going to the worst games of the year, the most disliked. Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm a big fan of the Mass Effect series. Like, I'd put them on this list. I probably played Mass Effect 2, but because of the campaign's great. But Mass Effect 3 had some great gunplay, great. I played through the campaign once, but the multiplayer had me hooked for hours on end. But Mass Effect Andromeda, dude, me and my friends had a group get together. Like, we had 3 TVs set up, play it all at the same time right as it came out. All of us visibly got sadder as we played through. And it was like, no, put it away. We don't want this. This is trash. So we were very disappointed. And then this game is so bad, and it hurts because I hyped it up so hard in high school. Brink. Oh. I told everyone Brink was going to be the game. I told everyone it was going to be the game, and I was so wrong. I remember I hyped it so hard, and I saw gameplay come out, and I was like, oh my god, that looks like shit.
Unfortunate.
And I was like, well, I'm too deep now. I can't tell everyone it's going to be bad.
Opinions change, my dude. It's okay to be wrong.
I got everyone to buy it, but there was one thing that looked good that came out of that game, though, for me. They released a free DLC as a big, like, apologies, sorry the game came out like trash, we fixed it, here's 2 maps for free and character skins. And it came out on my birthday. And then all the people who had bought that game came back to play that day, and there were full lobbies, like your characters were in the cutscenes. It was just so cool. That was like right on my birthday, and I was like, damn, Brink came back and gave me one really great like week. Then no one played it after.
That's awesome.
So
yeah. I remember playing the crap out of that.
Yeah, it had so much potential, but they just fucked it up. And then the last one, Julian was right there with me for it. Star Fox Zero. What a fucking trash game. Oh my god. We were gonna make a video about my reaction to it, but it disappointed me so hard I couldn't even do it. Like, that is how bad I felt after playing that game. Like,
can I give him some context?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Like, we had set this up, right? We used to do this thing called Flavor of the Week, right? Where literally, like, we'd alternate weeks on who would be doing the bulk of the content. That's right. Game Flavor used to be weekly content. How about that? Yeah. Honestly, it's the greatest joke I've ever told. But like,
it's been such a long time,
right? But like, we had this thing where like it was my turn to do a thing, but Alec was like, "No, I got this, bro. Like, I got it." I was like, "You're gonna do 2 weeks in a way, 2 weeks in a row," and he's like, "Yeah. I'm gonna do this because Star Fox Zero's coming out, and for this extra week, you know, I'm gonna go through this whole playthrough of Star Fox." Yeah, like, you dead ass. Like, I couldn't, I wasn't allowed to go again. You're like, I'm gonna do this whole project where I go through a video, and it's still up. It still exists. because YouTube's rules changed, but you can still do it. A choose your own adventure Star Fox 64 run. So like depending on which direction you want to go throughout the game, you click on the annotations and it brings you to the next video, which brings you to a different level. So he did that for that week. And
ever did.
It was basically like all this setup for Star Fox Zero. Then here comes the day. I get Star Fox Zero. I haven't touched it. I bring it from Cloud down to his house, and we're about to play. And we start playing, and it's just trash. Complete trash. All this setup, all this wait.
It just felt horrible. It was slow. The gunplay just was atrocious, and then like he just cringed the whole way through. It was just, oh man, I was heavily disappointed, to say the least.
I'm sorry.
I am too. I am stuck.
Nintendo should be sorry.
It should be.
Nintendo.
They made Matt Pat say it was good.
Did you say Matt Pat?
He met with Sakurai. No, not Sakurai. Whoever the head of the Star Fox game was, and he showed him the game, and he's like, "Wow, this is so much fun! I can't wait to play it or own it." And I was like, "Okay, I was watching Matt Pat videos at the time, so I was like, all right, Matt Pat, yeah, sure, why not, dog?"
I mean, he sold out to the Pope and gave the Pope a copy of Undertale. So
you poor lost soul.
Yeah, that was a rough time, man.
It really was, because I was probably there with you watching that.
Yeah, we've all been there.
I was watching FNAF through Matt
Yeah, I
Pat.
used to like FNAF for the lore, not the gameplay.
Yeah, no, they're bad at it. But like the lore though, you go for the lore and you go to Markiplier for the gameplay.
You go to Markiplier for the bite of 87.
You do.
Everyone knows that.
It is scared singing because I can honestly relate.
Well, my least favorite game of the decade was pretty much every single fucking mobile game that ever put an ad on my YouTube viewing.
You couldn't be talking about Raid Shadow Legends.
This is Mafia Raid Shadow Legends, Lily's Garden with, I'm pregnant, and then her fiance literally driving off on a moped. Funny as fuck. Advertisements, funny as fuck. The game's absolutely terrible.
Wait, did you actually play those games?
For the most part, I tried to just to see if they were,
Good.
the same as the fucking ads, like
Yeah, that's fair.
comparable. But no,
They never are.
they never are. They're always, basically shovelware.
The trash.
Yeah, they're trash. They're dog shit. But funny as fuck ads. I love watching them. Some of them are like kind of fucked, but also like kind of hit different. Like, have you seen any of Lily's Gardens ads? Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they're weird.
Fucking hilarious. But yeah, mobile games suck dick.
That's a whole different. I don't even genre. That's just I don't even know how to describe those.
I mean, Alec would probably disagree with you just from
I only like
Dokkan.
Dokkan. Dokkan and Evangelion as a mobile game were fun that was fun for a little bit, but Dokkan is a mobile game I'm viciously hooked on. But you don't get stupid ass ads for that all the time.
Look, it's for the most part, most of them suck dick. But like, Dokkan or Puzzles and Dragon, which, if you ask me, I've spent way too much money and time on.
Yeah.
But I enjoy them. I enjoy some of them, but most of them, they're complete fucking dog shit.
I mean, Zenonia is great, I think, in my personal opinion.
Like I said, there are some that are okay, but most of them are fucking dog.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Did everyone go through all of their lists, both of them?
I gotta go through mine.
All right, Andrew, let's see you.
Yeah,
Okay.
up,
I'll
Andrew.
make this quick. So I already said like my number 10 was Fortnite with the Battle Royale and the memes shitting on the game. I know, I'm not proud of saying that.
You shouldn't be.
But I'm not, trust me.
I respect the drip.
For number 9, it was Dark Souls, just because of the nightmarish theme. You know, I absolutely love that, and it is just kind of like that game for the hardcore gamer, I guess, because you can't pass it on one try. You have to take multiple tries at it, and you have to have different approaches to beat that game. For number 8, I know we were just shitting on mobile games, but this one has my heart captured. It's Pokemon Go. I've never played a Pokemon game in my life, but that game I got hooked on just because it kind of like, in college it got me out of the dorms, and I met a bunch of people through playing it.
That's fair.
100% respect.
Yeah.
It's a good starter game too, especially for me. I only knew about like Pikachu. I was like, that was it. Now I know like all the. Yeah.
That's my excuse for still having
So for number 7, this is a personal favorite of mine, StarCraft 2, and basically all of the following games, Heart of the Swarm, Legacy of the Void. It's basically what caused me to. I just remember playing it on my laptop, on my Dell laptop back in 2011, and it's what caused me to build my own gaming PC, just because of all the graphics and everything, and the storyline too, which is phenomenal. For number 6, I have to go with Telltale Games, The Walking Dead, just because it is a beautiful storyline. It made me tear up on many different occasions. It was just phenomenal. Number 5, I have to also go with Telltale again with The Wolf Among Us. Just the idea. Honestly, the idea of.
I didn't play it.
So good.
I would highly recommend it. Just the idea of a fairy tale in like a suburban, or just in an urban setting, where the big bad wolf, or Big B, he's a detective, and he can use his powers for good. And he's not always just the bad guy, he has a bad past, but he's trying to get over it. Number 4, I have to go with Ultimate, just because a lot of good memories came from it. Meeting college friends, going to tournaments at SCSU, and then I wasn't the best player there, but the community there was really helpful. And they were all willing to lend a hand and give me tips.
I mean, now that Dane's gone.
Was it really Ultimate, or was it more so 4?
It was both. When I first started there, the first year there, it was 4. But then, when Ultimate came out, that's how I got good at Donkey Kong.
I'd say kind of, I'd say both.
Yeah. For number 3. The Last of Us, just because of the graphics, the storyline. I have PTSD every time I hear a clicker now.
Oh my god, it's like Pavlov.
Oh,
Just look around. It's just a phenomenal, scary game. Number 2, I have to agree with Tuba with the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I mean, to this day, I got it a year ago, and I'm still playing it. I'm still trying to beat every single mission. There's just a deeper lore behind it, and I absolutely love it.
It makes you keep coming back.
Yeah, true. I'm also excited for Elder Scrolls 6 as well. That's just a game I'm just looking forward to.
If it ever fucking comes out.
For my favorite game this whole decade, I have to go with Minecraft, just because, it was a huge deal back when it first released, and then it kind of went away. But, I mean, that's because it didn't really update or anything. But now it like resurged with new updates. I mean, there's going to be a huge Nether update. They added bees to it. There's soon going to be a cave update. I hope. Here's hoping. But yeah, no, just the soundtrack is just full of nostalgia, and you can go back and play on like the original Minecraft if you so choose. So that's why I think it's my number one all-time favorite.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
I bet.
Respect.
I also have some honorable mentions. My first honorable mention, like as a good game that unfortunately didn't make my list, is PT. If you guys remember, being at JuJu's and I was playing that game and I threw JuJu's controller just because. God, that was just
fear.
Yeah, and I still feel bad about throwing your controller just because.
We got carpet, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's fair, but Terraria as well. I've played it with Austin. He knows how this game works. I do not, but it's still pretty good. I still need to learn the mechanics that go behind it. I'd say it's more complex than Minecraft, but I think that there's a beauty behind that. Fallout 4. I have to say, it's a great Fallout game. It's the only one I've played, honestly. So just the graphics of a post-apocalyptic world, I just find that fascinating, and how it's. I don't want to say it's accurate since we haven't really lived in one, but I feel like it'd be what it would look like, I guess. And yeah, that's about it.
Solid. Wait, you didn't go through your least favorites, did you? Or did we just do that?
I don't have that because I don't play bad games.
Oh, well, la-dee-da. Yeah, look at me, I'm Andrew. I don't play bad games. I have taste. I have taste. I have a list of diabetes.
Yeah. I do my research before I buy games.
I mean, I do.
Respect the drip. Okay, honestly, is that everybody? Or I can't remember. I've lost track.
I think that's right.
I think that is everyone, yeah.
Everyone's got it in.
Well, shoot. That was about...
Wait.
Yeah?
There's one more game. There's one more game,
No, there's not.
Yeah, there
So,
is.
no, there's not.
There's one more game.
Get to it. What is it?
Like the...
Because I just remembered something.
Like our favorite person says,
Oh wait, there's one more game.
Super Smash
wait, there's
Brothers
one more
3!
Everybody knows.
3.
It's Super Mario 2.
Is it 2? Is it 2?
Yeah, it's
that
Super
what that-
Mario Brothers 2, baby.
Mario Brothers 2, baby.
A for effort, F for execution.
Yeah, really.
Can I leave
Game flavor is
on my
original.
grade, please?
Of the 2010s was definitely the Red Dragon Inn. A board game,
That is
not
a
even
fun
a
game.
video game.
I forgot. One of my other least favorite games is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Don't play it. That's all I gotta say about that. Waste of time.
Aha, yes.
But yeah, looks like that is everything. So, thanks everybody for listening. Thank you guys for joining the Flavorcast and putting your opinions and putting this list together. I mean, it's a lot to ask of a person. Can't
And
just...
here's to another great decade.
Yeah, 2020, let's
Two
go.
more fucking.
Yeah. Hopefully good games and not more delayed Cyberpunk.
Yeah, really. I want Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I disagree.
We got a city to burn in about 7 years.
When's that DLC for Kingdom Hearts coming out? 13 years later?
You're right.
But yeah, like
And just despite it's gonna be 14.
the video if you like it. or don't. Dislike it if you dislike it. I don't know. Comment, do anything. I don't care. Thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Delicious.